We're joined now by Dr. Tara Shirazian, a gynecologist who treats endometriosis. She's also director of NYU Lagoon's Center for Fibroid Care. Welcome. I think this is such an important conversation that no one ever wants to have. When it comes to endometriosis specifically, as Lux deals with every single month, why do so many women go undiagnosed? Why is this such a problem?
Well, I think we have sort of typical period pain. So this simulator showcases that very well, where you have this typical pain, you have it monthly, it's cyclic. A lot of patients experience that. And then you have atypical pain that's beyond sort of that normal baseline pain. And that essentially is the hallmark of endometriosis. But because pain in general, menstrual pain, is so common, I think it's hard for many people to know the distinction, the difference, and hard to get diagnosed.
Well, and I don't want to rag on male doctors, but I know even for myself, I've gone in and it's like, well, you just have to deal with that.
Right.
That's normal.
I think that's a really, really big problem out there, that we kind of normalize all of menstrual pain. And so we say, well, just, suck it up and go to work, just take the Tylenol or Advil and go to work. And so we miss the opportunity to diagnose. And especially for young women, young patients, it's very, very important to diagnose early because they spend their reproductive lives in pain. So to know early is very, very important.
What causes it?
It's very interesting. So endometriosis is a condition where cells that normally are in the lining of the uterus get displaced into the pelvis. So when you have periods and you cycle those cells, you have pain in places where it shouldn't be, basically, throughout the pelvis, near the bladder, on the rectum, in the vagina or on the top of the vagina. So there's a whole host of symptoms. You have painful sex, you have painful bowel movements, you can have nausea, vomiting, you can have really bad bloating and pain. So it really goes above and beyond standard menstrual pain.
And how effective is the treatment? And then the big question you always hear from researchers, do you have the money you need, the funding to do it?
Well, I think funding is always an issue, and I find that that's true across a lot of our women's health issues. Endometriosis, fibroids, a lot of them are considered normal or standard or benign causes of pain, so there's not enough research, right? We're more focused on sort of the cancers and less on the more benign issues, but these affect millions and millions of patients, so it needs more funding, definitely.
When it comes to endometriosis, the treatment is lifelong.
The treatment is lifelong. To answer your other question, it is a chronic condition. So patients spend their lifetime really in pain, and we have lots of treatments, but the treatments, they're minimal. They don't help always. We have, medications that you can take. We have surgical treatments. We have acupuncture. We can diagnose now with MRI at NYU. We use a really great MRI device that can pick up small lesions, but still, you need to be managed across your reproductive lifespan.
So a teacher once told me there's no such thing as stupid questions. So forgive me if they're somewhat stupid.
I'm sure go for it.
When it comes to endometriosis or even just dealing with periods, is there anything that a man can do in those moments to...
Ice cream.
Okay, that's all I was asking. I want to know. And now the men at home saying, ask the question, Nate.
Yes, I actually think being sensitive to the issue is extremely important, right? Because we just got through saying that it's, everyone is just sort of told it's normal, you're complaining too much, it's not that bad, right? But the simulator shows us it is that bad. It is really bad. So we need to be compassionate. We need to make sure the patient has room and space, like whatever she needs, right? If it's ice cream or downtime or dishes or not going to work that day, I think all of that's reasonable.
Very important.
I think it should be a two-way street, though, as well. I think as a country, we can stop laughing at guys who get that shot in the groin with the football in the fall, right?
Oh, Tony, that's
still going to be America's Funniest Home Video?
You don't have that every month.
Tony,
that's America's Funniest Home Video, right?
Tony, you should get that in the pocket, all right? Dr. Shirazian, thank you so much for joining us.